You know I like to talk about computers.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, there's an installation. You are gonna get a system installed. And there's a problem because the registry has to make sure that it all goes, and the old cookies have to be removed. And then I'd like you to also have an Averis detector. So, that when the time comes, it should be resident, memory resident program that'll say, oops, before you make a mistake. Yehi Ratzon. That's good. Now a little toilet. You had the names of the children of Israel given in the Sedra before. Why repeat? Because in Shemot, they're taking on hard work. And it's not gonna be over until the sanctuary is all ready. And when you have built the sanctuary, at the end, Truma Tetzaveh, the cloud is going to push you out. In other words, even Moshe Rabbeinu, who hardly had any ego, had to go out so that the temple should be in its full place, the sanctuary. What does God do when somebody removes himself and says, okay, not my ego, it's your geshet? Vayikra, he calls you back and tells you, now here's what you have to do. So you know already, these guys have done a wonderful job with you. You have everything. Now, there's going to be something special being added. You know what a Google is? Ein Sof times Ein Sof. So I want to make sure that every day you're going to turn on to the Gmail. And that you will hear what's coming down because your message is right. I don't know if you have created yet for yourself a whole special chevre, but now with all the means that are available, I hope that you will have a Verbringen from time to time, even with Skype. Is possible. When you have a Verbringen, in Hebrew it's called it va'adut. It va'adut. So you will be able to tune into what the Va'ad gave you and see if you're calibrated the right way. So that's for you. One more thing. The best we can do is make you Rabbanim, but not Rebbes. To become a Rebbe, you don't get an ordination from above. You get an ordination from below. When people have found that Libo Shavim, that your mouth and your heart are in harmony with it, they'll come to you not with questions about how should we set up for next Friday night, but they'll come with what the Abda Rebbe called Balshemske Kvitlach, The people will start saying, yes, but I'd like to know from you about getting closer to Hashem and so on and so forth. Then, when you will have such a group, then you'll be also a Rebbe. So we can do one thing, but the people will have to do something else. Now I'm going to talk to you guys. How do you think they will ever be able to serve you in a spiritual way if you don't really support them? There is a hard battle going to be going on that they have to deal with. V'yidei Moshe kevedim. And in this battle, the hands of Moshe get very tired. So you have to have Aaron and Hur, you have to have some people who will hold up their hands. I want to tell you something. If you bring everything that you can handle yourself in a shul, if you bring every bit of gossip around to the people and say, straighten them out, they didn't talk to me in a nice way. It's your job, Rabbi. Don't do that. You can handle it yourself. You're grown-ups. I want to say this is important because there are some synagogues, some situations where board people will say, we got to run the shul like a business. And I keep saying, yes, but a shul is a business, a shul business, and not a dry good business. What is the business of a shul? Not what's happening most of the time, that this has become a facility for life cycle celebrations. Where are the people when there is no bar mitzvah? Do they come to shul? You will have to support them, be present there, create the field in which their creativity can work. The Kotzka, and some people say it was Reb Nachman. You may have heard me tell this story, it's bearing, tell it again. There was a cemetery where they had buried some holy people who had been killed by Chmielnicki. And there was a goat that Dafke liked to eat the grass that grew in that cemetery. And the goat had beautiful, tall horns that went very high up. And one day, there was a man, I don't know what to call him, lost his topic pishkale, you know, where he kept the snuff box. So he couldn't find it, and he went to the cemetery and started to cry, and the goat says, "Was weinst du? What's your problem?" He says, "I lost my topic pishkale." So the goat said, "All right, I'll tell you what. Cut off a piece from my horn and make yourself a topic pishkale." And so it happened. The guy came back to shul, one shmik topic, and everybody went, Tom Gan Eden. What heavenly scent there is there. Where did he get the topic pishkale? From the goat at the cemetery. And today the goat is going around with very short horns. Because everybody who wanted to have a topic pishkale cut off another piece from the goat's horns. And Reb Mendel Kotzka said, who's going to hold up the heavens? Now that the goat doesn't have long horns. I'm telling you this story because every hour that you allow them to be in harmony with their family and not to be bothered during dinner time. And every time you're going to allow them and say, please, Rabbi, make sure that you will have some time to study for yourself so you can continue to grow. I like to tell the silly story about the president and vice president walking by the rabbi's study, and they see he's over a Gemara. And the president says to the vice president, I thought we got a finished one. Okay? Give him the chance to do that. Give them a chance to go and bring the horns up to heaven, to study, to take a retreat from time to time. One of my students came to see me, and he was all worn out, burnt out. And I asked him, which day of the week is your Shabbos of the week? And he says, none. So I said, Nebuch. Make sure that when they have a Shabbos during the week, not only talking about them, but all the rabbis that you are connected with, give them a chance to have that Shabbos during the week. They can go to great places. And the more they are attached, the more they can bring back to you of what is the Sam HaChaim, that which will give you life. L'chaim, l'chaim, l'chaim.